Hey my friends, tonight's full moon is the called SUPERMOON in Gemini, the final full moon of the year and one of the brightest, closest and most energetically amplified moons of the entire cycle. So welcome back everyone, my name is Gasper and today I will share with you 5 energy themes related to today's full moon. I'm also an artist, so today you will be watching one of my paintings that I've created some time ago for the full moon. I channel paintings, I see them in my mind's eye and I paint them together with guidance for everyday's energy. So what makes this supermoon very special is that it's happening in a sign of Gemini, the sign of mind, communication, identity, duality, and choice. This creates a rare combination of intense emotional illumination, which means emotional clarity, and mental clarity at the same time. It's a supermoon, and supermoon occurs when the moon is at its closest point to Earth, making its gravitational and energetic influence noticeably stronger. Emotions heighten, intuition sharpens, and whatever has been sitting in your subconscious rises to the surface with clarity. And where most full moons reveal feelings, this one reveals truths. The stories you've been telling yourself, the beliefs you've outgrown, and the inner conflicts that have kept you stuck between timelines. This moon is special because it acts as a mental reset, which means it is helping you to reset your energy and your frequency, because it is helping you to clearing old thoughts, old versions of yourself, and old energetic contracts you never consciously agreed to. It highlights the difference between who you've been and who you're becoming. So this is the moon that closes your old chapter and opens the mental doorway to the next one. It's a shift in perception, identity, and direction, and it arrives exactly when you're ready to see things differently. So, how many of you feel this way? Firstly, what we can make out of it and what we may feel right now is that there is a presence of a feeling that we call mental overload. But at the same time, if we are present with it, it will lead us into mental clarity. So we experience it usually as seeing the truth behind our thoughts, or recognizing the stories we've outgrown, or releasing mental loops, or choosing a new internal narrative. These are the practices we can be doing today for the greatest benefit of this energy, because Gemini rules the mind, thoughts, and communication. This full moon brings heightened mental activity, which means ideas may be coming up related to anything you want a solution for, or wherever is your focus. If your focus is on problems, you will find many thoughts related to your problems. That's why I like to say focus on where you want to go and you will receive solutions related to what you can do. Realizations are finding you right now, so be present with yourself. Do some social media detox so you can hear your own thinking rather than thinking of other people. That's how insights can pour in and enlighten you with new understandings. So this is a powerful time for rewriting the way you think about your life. So first of all, be present with yourself. when it comes to noticing how we think about our lives, firstly just look around and you will see a manifestation of your thoughts. Just see where you are right now. You've manifested it. Now, to see the truth behind your thoughts, you need to be very honest with yourself. Would you like to stay where you are? Would you like to change something? And if the answer is, oh yeah, I would love to change. I would love to move forward in my life. It means, well, you will need to ditch old stories you've been telling to yourself, that old narrative. And to ditch it means you become aware of the new story of who you are becoming. So that's why recently you've been most probably a bit more aware of reorganizing your life. Maybe it's reorganizing your routines, maybe studying a subject that can help you to become more organized, that can help you with your mindset, with your habits, with becoming more productive and less distracted. Those are certain themes that we may be exploring during this time because of this full moon, because the energy is really pushing us into, let's say, positive upward spiral that requires ditching the old layers, the old identities, the old stories that we've outgrown. The second energy theme is that unspoken feelings are coming to the surface. So why is this happening right now? You may feel like there's many different energies that are present at the same time, emotionally speaking. So Gemini is expressive, and full moons are all about revealing what's beneath the surface. So we just need to pour out what is within us. Having an outlet during this time is very important. Like just freely writing what you're going through. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Just writing it. You don't need to use it. You don't need to do anything with it. Just pouring it out. Or you can take your phone and turn on the camera and just speak to your phone like you would be speaking to a therapist. Try it out, because what you're encouraged to do right now is to express what has been suppressed. That's how you can use the energy of this full moon to bring out what was pushed in. Just bring it out. You don't need to do anything with it. Just bring it out. It will be very, very healing. So, because moons reveal and Gemini is all about expression, together they bring emotions you haven't voiced, or maybe haven't even admitted to yourself. So what you can expect during this time is truths are coming out. So what does it mean? It means that what you haven't processed will materialize in your life, only so you deal with it with greater wisdom that you have today, as today you're wiser. So it's not a time when you say to yourself, oh, my progress is so slow, or I'm making step backwards. What this time is all about is facing with the truth, accepting where you are and seeing it as it's perfect, because it's all part of your evolution. So how things are right now are perfect according to your present frequency, to learn from it. So see how it is making you better. See how these present circumstances are making you better, because as you become better, and with that I mean more skillful, more intelligent, more wise, more disciplined, maybe more organized if you're lacking it, or a bit less organized if you're too strict with yourself, then you will step into greater authentic energy that can only flow when your energies are balanced, which means you've stopped fighting with your environment and you've started accepting it, learning from it, embracing it, and doing the most out of it. This is what the truth of this present situation is teaching you. And what you can also expect is conversations you can no longer avoid will be happening during this time. So don't be surprised if a person comes up to you and now you need to have these tough conversations. Just go in and know that on the other side there's clarity, there's peace, there's maybe closure. And through emotional honesty, you will develop deeper connections or greater closure. So then you don't need to overanalyze what happened, you can just move on with your life. And another thing you can expect for unspoken feelings coming to the surface is a deeper connection between mind and heart. So this is the main process that is happening for most of us. Many of us have lived way too much in our minds and way too little in our hearts. Now, to live in the heart, it doesn't mean you're just a loving and compassionate being. It means that you think less and you can feel a little bit more. And by feeling a little bit more, I don't just mean being very empathic. I mean also to feel the truth, to feel the inspiring pull, to be connected with that voice of your highest intelligence or wisdom that is moving you forward. And one thing you've noticed in your life is that you can't sense it if you're being too distracted or too polluted. So a way to sense it is to take more time to cultivate the awareness around it. So a deeper connection between mind and heart must be established, and that needs to be your own act to cultivate the connection, which can happen in meditation, it can happen in solitude, it can happen in letting go of the chaos of the world, like noises of the world for some time, and just reconnect with yourself. There's maybe even long walks in nature or on the beach, or just listening the sounds of nature. Whatever works for you, this will help you to reconnect back with your heart, so then you can be the most authentic you in the society and lead a way, be a leader of your, for your vision. This is all a clearing to remove what has been blocking communication or intimacy. Very important, so we can remove these blocks that have been holding us in scarcity and fear, and we rather start living according to our values and visions. The third energy theme is timeline pivot through choice. So many of you are most probably noticing during this time that you're making some big choices in your life. Maybe you've gradually come to the point where you're ready to say yes to something you've been afraid of before, or to just make these big moves that you've been procrastinating on. Maybe you may even feel way more deeply called into what's the most aligned with your soul's path, and therefore you're not distracting yourself so much with more superficial activities. Gemini is the sign of duality. We need to know that. So there are always two paths, two outcomes, two possibilities. And this full moon activates a timeline shift through your decisions. So you may feel pulled between two identities, maybe old and the new, or even two potential identities, who you could be. And there may be a bit of confusion, so you will need to almost like re-evaluate your priorities and see what's the most important to you. And when you see clarity around that, then choices will be very easy. You may feel ready to let go of an old version of yourself, and by that I mean that you are now ready to focus only on that specific outcome and start living according to it, like it's already real, like you're already that version of you. And if it's hard to imagine how to do it, then think about a person you admire, maybe your mentor, or someone who's an example of your values, of that discipline you would like to build, or that lifestyle you would like to live, or that abundance, or whatever it is. Think about that person, and then think about what beliefs that person has, what habits that person has, what kind of frequency that person is embodying. And now try to live more like that person, and you will easily step into a new version of yourself. You will never become a copy of that person. You will just feel more navigated towards that you that lives as a higher expression of you. And another thing you may feel during this time is choosing a new direction that feels lighter. So what's aligned with us always feels light. It feels good. It feels pleasant. Getting there may not be easy, but it will always feel very, very pleasant. And that's how you know that that is the right direction. Now, feeling pleasant may also be doing nothing, but think about what can sustainably give you a pleasant feeling, because if you don't do nothing, eventually you will not feel so good anymore. You will actually start to feel very passive and stagnant. But if you're doing something that's truly aligned with you, then you will always feel good when you will be doing that. And you will only start to feel better and better and better and more aligned with who you truly are. So this moon heightens the quantum field, which means that all potentials already exist there, and even small choices create big ripples that will eventually make the seemingly impossible possible for you, because you've chosen to experience it. The fourth energy theme is what's really present right now is a need for information detox. Many of you may feel that as well. So it's tricky because partially we feel like we want to study, we feel motivated to study right now, something that will help us on this path or making better choices, but at the same time we feel a deep need for information detox. So how to work with that if you've been feeling like this? Well, Gemini rules the nervous system, and this full moon exposes overstimulation, burnout, and scattered energy. Especially before the full moon, there was a lot of this energy, like tiredness, exhaustion, and many people feel like they need more sleep. I've been sleeping, for recently, for the last 5 or 6 days, I've been sleeping for 10 or 11 hours. I just needed so much more sleep, and now I'm recharged. Now I'm good again. So notice what is draining you. What is making you feel exhausted? And then what is nourishing you? Just have clarity around that, and unplugging will help you to find that out. Unplugging, stop doom scrolling, remove people who create anxiety or drain you. Simplify your life, simplify your environment, simplify place where you live, and simplify your routines. That's how you will protect your mental space, and then start from there. You will see it will be a game changer. This is what you can do during this full moon, and many things will change. You see, I often say simplifying your life will purify your energy, because now you're not so cluttered with all kinds of possibilities. Now you can clearly focus only on that possibility that you want to manifest, that you want to create. And because this full moon also amplifies your power of manifestation, that's what full moons often do. That's why, on the world, around the time of full moon, there's more chaos, there's more conflict, there's more, chaotic disasters. It just happens around full moon, and there's a lot of science behind that. Why? Because people have so much of unprocessed stuff, and then around the full moon, that stuff that was suppressed come to the surface, and now we can't think clearly. Now we can't make decisions clearly. And now we feel overwhelmed, and then we feel all over the place, and then we want to distract ourselves, and then we are not fully present, and then we feed the chaos. And that chaos manifests very fast. That's what happens during full moons. And because Gemini governs language, what does it mean? Well, language, words we speak, those are the most deeply rooted thoughts that we have in our subconscious. That's why we can speak them automatically. Your voice becomes magnetized under this moon. So firstly, become aware of your language, because it tells you how you think unconsciously. And what this full moon is reminding you, you can reshape your language, which means start inputting into your mind what you want to see. Start focusing on the life you want to live, and become intentional when it comes to how you speak and how you behave. Intentions spoken aloud become stronger during this time, so speak them out loud. Write down your future reality in a present tense. It will amplify during this time. So write down your future reality in a present tense. It's amplified during this time. Remember this, my friend. Today, take your journaling block, take your manifestation block, whatever you use, and write down precisely your future reality. Like, I've been doing that for years, and I've manifested for me my dream life. And so many people have done it too. So journal about your future life in a present tense and create some affirmations with it. So one practice that I often share with you, especially around full moons, is I call it 21-21. It's a practice where I use one affirmation that I will install into my subconscious mind, and then I start writing it around the full moon. I've just started one. For 21 days, it's 21 sentences for 21 days. So this is one affirmation. You write it for 21 times, and then you do it for 21 days. And then you just let go of it, and you can move to the next one. When you turn then that affirmation into action, your life will change. And you will notice in your daily life, like, when you used to have a limited thought, now this new thought will come up, and you will say, oh, I'm not so limited. So this is a very powerful way. That's what I've been using for years. For the last 8 to 10 years, I've been using this practice, and it changed so much in my life. When I notice certain mental limitation, I use it. And another thing that comes with this is that many creative ideas will flow effortlessly. So it's a great time to think about creative projects, maybe even start one if you feel aligned with it, and flow with it. So I've just started working on a painting. It's a commission painting, but I feel so deeply connected with it. Yesterday I've started, and then when I went to sleep, vision started forming for that painting, and I felt so inspired and charged for it. So it is a very great time to do the creative work. Remember, this full moon strengthens the connection between your words, your field, and your reality. Your words will manifest in your reality. Speak them out loud, scream them out loud if you need, and embody them through action. That's what embodiment is. You put into action the idea. you feel it emotionally, you act like it until you become the product of it. That's how you mentally shape yourself and eventually your reality. This is it, my friends. I will leave you here. Write in the comment section one affirmation that you will use during this time to inspire someone else. And let me know how this video inspired you. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting, and to anyone who would like to get a print of it, you can go into AttractPassion.com, where you will find all of my paintings there. Prints of my art, original paintings. Calendar for 2026 is now already available with my art in it, so you can go and get it now. Also join our Patreon community, patreon.com/AttractPassion, for joining our community and getting access to deeper teachings, more precise guidance, and so much more. So join us there. And also you can join YouTube membership if you would love to support this channel. Thank you so much, my friend, and till next time, one love.